Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar, which is Canva for Beginners. This is, a lot of the webinars and workshops that I present are my favourite subjects, but I have a special place in my heart for Canva. I've been a user of the program since 2013, so I've been there nearly since the beginning. And for an Australian company, it makes me very proud to have the opportunity to be able to talk to you guys about it today. So first of all, I'm just going to get rid of this little thing on my screen here. So I'm actually presenting this presentation that you're seeing right now through Canva. So Canva just has so many different things that you can do with it, but today is about beginners. So it really is a beginners session that we're going to be going through. And this webinar is of course brought to you by the Australian Federal Government's Digital Solutions Program and is brought to you in Queensland, Northern Territory and Western Australia by Business Station and Treaty Business Consulting. So we're really proud to be a part of that program. So just a bit of webinar housekeeping for you all. Obviously, you'll notice that your microphones have been muted for the comfort of the recording, but it is an interactive webinar. I can see some of you in the chat now. Thank you very much. So do pop any questions that you have inside the chat because I'd love to see them. And you will be getting a copy of the recording also. So Business Station will get that out to you in a very timely manner. They've been amazing at doing that. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kerrie and I'm the co-founder of Altitude Business Solutions, and we've been part of the Digital Solutions program now for just over 2 years. And we work with business owners around digital. So I'm a digital business consultant. So we help you set up your systems in terms of social media, or it could be a CRM system or your emails. So that's a little bit about me. Now you're in the right place today if you are ready to take control of the look and feel of your marketing, because Canva will actually give you the opportunity to do that. And Canva actually has a free subscription as well. So it's not going to cost you any money to use this program, which is something that I really love. We're going to be going through a few things. I want to have a quick chat to you before we get into Canva about what is engaging content and why you need it. I'm going to be talking to you about what Canva is, and then we're going to be going live inside Canva. We're going to be using some templates, and I'm going to quickly show you how to design your own graphic as well. So a lot to get through in an hour. But I'm sure that there will be questions along the way. So as I said, if you have any, please just pop them into the chat and I will happily answer those as quickly as I can for you. So what is engaging content and why do you need it? Well, when a number of people hear information, they're likely to remember only just 10% of it 3 days later. So if you tell somebody something, they're likely to only remember it 10% of it 3 days later. However, if that same information is paired with a relevant image, people will retain 65% of the information 3 days later. This is why images are so important. So eye-catching studies whose internet readers pay close attention to information carrying images. So it's when I think about this, I think about the old newspaper. I know there's newspapers still out there. When you go to the classified section of the newspaper, you have the option to just do print only and have some words, or you have the option to actually have a picture. I don't even see the ones that just have words. I literally am just looking at the ones with pictures. The others just don't stand out for me. Now, Facebook posts with images see on average 2.3 times more engagement than those without images. I really need to have the stats in here on video for you because video is about 3 times the amount of images. So I will look that up for the next webinar that I do on Canva. And Canva gives you the ability to not only create engaging content images, but also you can do the video as well. So engaging content, what is engaging content? Well, engaging content is relevant to the information that's being shared and relevant to the platform. It's an eye-catching design and it evokes motion. So what I mean by that is if you were talking about your business and you were maybe a soap making business and you had a few words, and along with that word, you had a picture of a frog, that is not relevant to the information that you are sharing. and it's not going to be engaging enough. I'm going, what have they posted that for? I'm just going to move on. You know, what is that talking about? And I see this a lot with businesses who post a lot of jokes and memes and things like that. And those jokes and memes aren't actually about their business. So they're not poking fun at themselves. They're not, you know, it's really irrelevant. It's not relevant to what message they're trying to get out there. And eye-catching design, I'll be honest with you, I struggle here. I am not a great graphic designer by any means. And that's why Canva is great, because it has templates already done up for you. So they have graphic designers working for them, creating templates for you to just simply go and use. And evokes emotion. So if it makes me laugh or smile, of course, we all know about memes. Memes normally make you go, oh yeah, that's so true. That's happened to me. Yeah, that's kind of what that is. So that's what engaging content is all about. Now, what is Canva? Well, Canva is a simplified graphic design tool. It's not the only graphic design tool. There are plenty of them out there. You would have heard of Photoshop and Adobe, you know, the others that are out there. But Canva is really simplified. It has introduced that entire drop and drag thing that we are used to working with in our everyday lives, and a lot of other programs. Now, it was founded in Australia in 2012. As I was saying to you earlier, I've been using it since 2013. And it uses that familiar drop and drag format and provides access to photographs. It's used by non-designers as well as professionals. And the tools can be used, so whatever you create can be used for both the internet and the web, or it can be used for print media as well. Now, one thing I will say about it being used by non-designers as well as professionals is there's been a big swing towards Canva, particularly in the last, I'd say 12 months, for professional graphic designers using Canva for a couple of reasons. It has a great and nice, easy sharing ability with their clients. So they can simply say, click on this link to view your graphic and tell me what you think. And that makes it really easy. They can add their staff members to their teams who can all have input on the same graphic design. And if they do make changes or adjustments, it updates those live. So it's for a web-based program, it's done a really great job of listening to what people want and introducing it quickly. I don't think a quarter goes by where Canva doesn't have an upgrade and introduce something new. The most recent thing that they've introduced is being able to upload a PDF. So for those of us that don't have any kind of signature subscription, when we get sent a form, if you have Canva Pro, you can actually upload your PDF, sign it, download it, and send it on. So that's something that's just been introduced in the last month. So that's pretty cool. So what does Canva mean for your business? Well, it's going to allow you to create professional and engaging content without the expense of having to hire a graphic designer. It gives you creative freedom to ensure you are in control of the message that is being seen by your clients or customers. And it's obviously a very cost-effective way of testing different types of content with your marketplace. If you had to engage a graphic designer to create a graphic for you, it's probably going to cost you somewhere between $50 and $100 to create one graphic for you. Most graphic designers, plenty of graphic designers, have a minimum fee of about $60. To create something, and then it's normally time-based. So if it's going to take them 2 hours to create something, then you might be paying $120 or $130 for that one graphic. With Canva, you have the ability to go and create your own and test and trial it, because you could spend that $100 and something with a graphic designer, put it out there, and then go, oh, that didn't work very well. And how many times have we seen graphics of other businesses and we've gone, oh, that's terrible. That's a terrible print, or that's a terrible. So yeah, it's just, it's really good and really affordable. Pricing wise, Canva Pro, and this is for the month to month. Canva Pro is $17.99 a month. And that gives you access to all of the features, and you can see the difference there. I actually had to go in and screenshot this morning. And what's really interesting is I do this screenshot every time I have a Canva webinar, because I want to make sure that, what if they go up $1 or something happens? what happens is they don't go up $1, they stay at $17.99, but the ability to be able to, the features that you get is increasing. So when I had a look at, you know, your $17.99 at Canva Pro, and now what you're getting, you know, between the free and the pro, it's pretty amazing. You can do a lot with the pro version. What I'm going to show you today is going to be a lot of free stuff, because I'm going to assume that a lot of you have the free Canva, but the pro is certainly worth it. And for me, this 100 gigabyte of cloud storage when I'm dealing with different clients is a huge thing. So yeah, $17.99 a month, month to month. And that's for up to 5 people. So if you've got a couple of people working for you, or a couple of people that you work with on a regular basis when it comes to graphic design, then it includes those as well. And of course, if you were to flick the toggle over to bill yearly, that comes down. I think it works out to be about $13.99 a month. It is quite a significant saving. $13.99 a month if you pay per year. So $17.99 is the most expensive that you'll pay. So using templates in Canva, templates are an amazing tool. So I've got there that Canva has over 250,000 templates, but I think that has actually gone up, and I need to update that, because I'm pretty sure if I go back to this one here, look at this, 610 premium and free templates for the pro users. So you get 250,000 on the free version still, and 610. You know, what's interesting is that it used to be 100,000 on the free and 250,000 on the pro. And, you know, look at the number of templates there, 610,000. That's pretty amazing. So on the free version, you've got access to 250,000 templates. Templates are very simple and effective, and they're eye-catching. You know, they've been designed by people who have an idea of what graphic design is about. It's great for those of us who are less creative. So I was saying to you earlier, I'm not very creative. And so it's great to have those templates there, even if it's just for inspiration for me. And every element of a template can be adjusted, including the colors and the pictures, which I am going to show you. So we're going to go live inside Canva now. I'm going to see if I can manage to do this without cutting you guys off. And I don't think I have. Are you guys seeing you should be seeing my Canva screen there in front of you now, hopefully, all going according to plan. So excellent. Yes, great. I haven't cut you guys off. This is perfect. So we are live inside my Canva account. And the reason why I can tell you that is up in the top right-hand corner, I can see my little logo up the top there. So that's telling me I'm live inside my Canva account. So what I want you to keep in mind is I have a Canva Pro account. And so there are a few features here that you might see that in the free version of Canva, you may not have. I don't want you to worry about that, because I'm not going to be touching on those today. But your home screen, and this is the home screen, may look a little bit different to this on the left-hand side, depending on whether you have a free or a pro account. So I will start off just by mentioning that obviously we work with a lot of different businesses, so we have a lot of different designs going on in here, so it might look a little confusing, but essentially, sorry, this is actually what your home screen will look like. So you can see at the top you've got a search bar where you're able to search for the different designs. There's also these little buttons across the middle here where you can toggle to what you are looking for. And then you've also got, and look, here's a new feature just in the last 24 hours, they've actually added a photo book template. Awesome. So that's fantastic for Christmas. That'll be really interesting. So yeah, across this top section here, if I was to go right over to the right hand side and click the arrow, it is going to arrow across, and these are all of the different things that you can make using Canva. So you've got flyers, business cards, presentation, like the one I was telling you about earlier that we were going through, mobile videos, posters, banners. I've created banners before and then had them printed through Vistaprint. Canva does also have some print options, and what I will say about those print options is that they're very quick. I ordered some business cards and I think I got them within about 4 days, and they were great quality and they did the job. So LinkedIn banners, YouTube thumbnails, resumes, postcards, like there is just so much to actually choose from when it comes to creating a design. And then as we scroll down, you'll see your designs and it shows you the latest designs that you've been working on. And then obviously over to the right-hand side, you can always go see more and you can go into each of these and see more. To keep things simple today, because I'm going to start out by showing you how to use a template, I actually want to do an Instagram post. And there's two ways of me being able to get there. Firstly, I can toggle through this top section here until I see Instagram post, which just so happens to be the second one, and I can click on that. The other thing I can do is I can go at the top right-hand corner and I can click on create a design. And then I can actually search Instagram posts. Just type in Instagram, you can see all of the Instagram stuff's going to come up and I can select post from there. Or the other thing I can do is I can just use this search bar in the middle. And this is really cool if you're looking for something that's one of your projects. If I just go Instagram and type that in there, it's going to say, well, do you want to create a new Instagram post, you know, a reel, a story, what are you going to create? Or you can actually go to your projects. And any project that you saved with the word Instagram in it, it will actually bring those up for you. So that's a clever little way if you are looking for your projects, because I know sometimes we accidentally don't put any kind of name against our projects, and that's an easy way to find them. So I'm just going to select Instagram post from here, and it is going to update, start creating a blank Instagram post for me, probably very slowly because it is a little bit slow when I am on Zoom at the same time that I'm trying to do Canva. So I do apologize for that. All right, so here we are. So we are now in the Instagram post section and it's asking us, do we want to create a blank design or do we want to use a template? Now you can scroll through here and you can pick template. Obviously, Christmas is, all the trending ones are normally at the top. So anything that's being used a lot or is relevant to the timing, you'll see at the top. So this comes in really handy, particularly if you are doing some graphics up for a particular time of year. You know, most recently I can think of, it was Remembrance Day. So there was a lot of templates for Remembrance Day when I went into this section. So it made it really easy. So you could simply click on one of these and actually pick what you are looking for. But another way that I'll just show you as well, because that's pretty easy, is I'm just going to say create a blank Instagram post. And it's going to open it up and create a blank design for me. And then you'll notice that you've got the blank design sitting in the middle, and over to the left-hand side, as it very slowly loads, all of the templates start to come up. Now, this might be an easier way for you to find the template that you are after because you have a lot of search filters over here. So as we scroll down, you can see that there's, you know, it's giving you examples: food Instagram post, sale Instagram post, birthday Instagram post, summer. It's broken them up into categories for you. So, but let's say that you are searching for something in particular. And I'm going to go totally out of the box. And I'm going to search for Easter because we're nowhere near Easter. And I'm just going to type in Easter and press enter, and it is going to give me all of the graphics in relation to Easter. Now we'll bring other ones in. You may notice that there is a springtime sale one up the top there. And the reason why is because of how that image has been tagged. I can see it's got some little Easter eggs in there. So it's been tagged, that image. But the majority of these are all about Easter. So this is, you know, offering a sale at Easter time with some Easter eggs in the background. So from here, you can actually choose one of these graphics, and I want to pick something that's got some wording and a picture in it. So I'm just going to pick this one here. And I'm going to show you, based on what we have on the screen here, how you can actually adjust everything. So the first thing that you can actually do is you could change this photo out. I'll start with the photo. So over to the left-hand side, you'll notice we've got a vertical menu, and the fourth option down is photos. So I'm going to click on photos. And again, it's giving me all these selections. Now, what I want you to keep in mind is I have a Canva Pro account, so I have access to the Canva Pro imagery and photos, okay? So I will have access to a lot more photos than what the free version will. But if I go at the top here and I just type in Easter, press enter, it's going to bring me up all of the Easter photos. Now I can actually search filter it down a lot better with that with Canva Pro. I'm not sure if you can do this with the free version, but you can with Canva Pro. I can actually search it by color. Looks like I can do it in the free version. Looks like the only thing I can't do is, I wouldn't be able to do cutouts, I don't think, in the free version. So yeah, just don't quote me on this for the free version, but with the pro version, you can actually search by color. What I wanted to do today is I wanted to use a free image. So I am just going to select free. Now, when you have the free version of Canva, you used to be able to have access to the pro images as well. And I'm not sure if that is still the case. But if you just want to see the images that are free and are included with your free subscription, then I suggest that this is exactly what you do. You go in, you search for Easter, you go to the search filters and you click free, because you don't want to be using an image that at the end of it all, it's going to say either pay me $1 for, which is royalties to the photographer, or it's going to say if you sign up for Canva Pro, you can use this image. So just save yourself a lot of trouble. Just click on the free and click apply filters, and it is going to give you a whole heap of options. Now from here, this image that you have here, we can easily change out. I'm just going to grab this tall bunny that's here because I think that will work well. And I'm just going to drag it across. Now what I'm doing is I've clicked on it with my mouse and I'm dragging it over to my image. And as I do that and I let go, it is now in the image. And that is how easy it is to change your image over. Now, when we actually drag that image over, you'll notice it was actually a horizontal image. It wasn't a vertical image. So if that image, I mean, it's pretty much put it in exactly the right spot, but that was really just a fluke. Let's say it wasn't in the right spot. If I was to double click on that image, you'll notice that it brings up the whole entire image, and I can drag it by clicking my mouse, excuse me, by clicking my mouse and dragging it along. I can actually move that image, select done in the top left-hand corner, and now that is the image that is in there. So that's how easy it is for you to be able to adjust your photos and images. Now you can actually put in vertical ones. If you put in a vertical one, I've noticed over to the left-hand side, there is a vertical option. And because this is a vertical panel that we have, that one would probably fit in better. So if I drag that over, that pretty much goes into the right spot straight away. So, and I think you can actually, there we go, we can actually just search for all the verticals. So we're now saying, show me the free vertical photos in relation to Easter. And a whole heap of them come up, and we can drag and pop in any one that we want. So that's how simple it can be to change your imagery over to make it more in line with your brand and the message that you're trying to get out there. You know, I mean, you can see this is a lovely picture, absolutely. But if I was to put this one in here, it totally changes it. Those colors just, you know, that totally changes the whole thing. I'm going to leave that one there because I'll use that as my example, because now obviously we've got this image in here. See how the wording doesn't look like it really matches. Now, like I said to you earlier, I'm not a great graphic designer, but I'm great at being able to pick when something's not right. So we've all seen that before. Yeah, that just doesn't look quite right. So I can see for me that pink doesn't really match in with those images. So when I click on one of these things, so you notice there's the heart, there's the happy Easter, and there's the here's to new beginnings and the other writing. Now, all of this is technically being grouped together, but you can click on each thing individually. So I can change the color of that heart. So if I click on the heart, up in the top left-hand corner, you'll see a little square box comes up which says color. And if I click on that, it gives me the option to change a color. Now, this is where things get really cool because it actually pulls out the photo colors for you. So it's giving you some, you can actually pick a color within the photo that's going to go with that image. So I'm going to pick the red color, and you can see straight away that is all now starting to tie in a little bit more with what we are doing. Now, when we get to the words, because there's multiple words on the screen, if I've gone in and I've clicked on Happy Easter and I've changed over that wording to the red color, what I'll show you is just at the very bottom of that color panel, it's saying, do you want to change all of the pink to red? Because there is more words on there than just that one. Do I want to change all? I'm going to click on that and say change all, and it is going to change all that wording to red. So very time efficient in being able to do that. The other thing that you can do also is, if you drag over the top, so I'm just holding my mouse down and putting a little bit of a shadow over the top of that, as you can see. If I drag over all of that and go up to the color, I believe I should be able to change. It just doesn't change the heart. It changes all the wording. So I can change all of that, that wording over to be a different color there as well. And that's how easy it can be to use a template. You can, if you wanted to, like if I click on this photo here, you can go, oh, I want that photo to be a little bit bigger, and you can change or smaller. I actually just want it to be a panel down the side. You can change that. You could also highlight this whole entire heart and writing, and by dragging the corners in and out, you could change the size of it. So if you wanted it to be a little bit bigger, you could make it a little bit bigger. You have control over all of that. Now, when you do have one of these boxes up, you can move the boxes up and down wherever you like. And you'll notice there, as I get to the middle, a purple line comes up. That's telling me it's halfway in the design. So that's how you get your symmetry on your designs. But that's all pretty straightforward. You can do some photo editing when you have the pro version of Canva, and I will quickly show you that. If I click on the image, up in the top left-hand corner of our toolbar, edit image is one of the things that is an option. If I click on that, it gives me a lot of options. I can, remove background. I will show you that very quickly in another image that I create. But one of the things that I use all the time for my clients is these filters. So think of filters as like your Instagram filters, okay? You can have any photo that you put to Instagram, and if you continue to use the same filter every single time, no matter what the photo is, the images will look the same on your Instagram. They'll look very similar. They'll have that same feel. So when I start working with a client, we pick a filter for their social media that's in Canva, and we say, okay, what would you like your filter to be? I have a couple of clients who use this blues one, because that sort of dulls down the colors a little bit, but there's, festive, which brightens it up, summer, which gives it a real yellow tone, afterglow, which really brightens those whites, solar, which kind of fades out the edges. You've got selfie, Calais, the blues, Nordic, whimsical, retro. I guess it's making it like it's been taken in the 70s. The edge, Dilliance, drama, rosy, dare. There's even grayscale and street as well, which gives it a real sharp feel. So we will pick a filter. So this is with the Canva Pro version. You can do that, and that's a really cool feature for you as well, or you can just say none. Yeah, you can adjust the brightness and the contrast and the saturation. In fact, if you go in and edit, there is lots of available things for you to do. One that I use with my clients a lot is the blur feature, which is in the middle. So if I wanted to have an image in the background, but I don't want it to be so noticeable, I'll use the blur feature so that I can put words over the top of it. So the image is still there, but the words will stand out. So that's just a couple of features that I use with Canva and the images. So does anyone have any questions before I move away from templates and move into creating your own design? Does anyone have any questions on templates that they would like to ask at this stage? If you do, pop them into the chat because I will get them answered for you. But basically any of this, if I was to very quickly add in another design for you that's a little bit, doesn't have a picture in it, anything on this template is changeable. So background colors, this is where you can turn something very easily that is not in your brand color at all into something that is in your brand color. And just make it nice and easy. I'm just turning all of this into a bit more of my branding colors there. And I can even change the bunny. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. And then from there, I could bring in one of my logos of my company, and we'll go with this one, resize it, pop it down in the bottom corner, and straight away have a happy Easter from Altitude Business Solutions. That is how quick and easy it can be to create a graphic from a template. And that's a great little design and something that's a little bit different to what everybody else is putting out there. So that is using templates. So I'm going to move on to creating your own design, and I'm just going to go back to the home screen from here. As it loads very slowly, I do apologize for that. And we are now going to go and create a design from scratch. So we're going to just open up a blank design. I'll use an Instagram size post again, just because I know that's really easy. And this time I'm just going to click on Instagram post, and it's going to say create blank. And it's automatically going to create that post. So you see the difference there. If I go back to that home screen, if I click from this little bar down here, it is automatically going to create a blank design of that straight away. But when we did the search criteria earlier and I type in Instagram post, the first thing it did was give me the option of whether I wanted to create blank or whether I wanted to work from a template. It's just a little bit of a different way of getting there. So here's our blank design, and we're not going to use a template because we've already done that before. You'll notice though, because I've used the last two templates that I've used as an example for you, they have come up the top as recently used templates. So that's what will happen. Your recently used will always be at the top, but we're going to go blank today. I'm going to give you some tips that I think I like to use when I am creating designs. First of all, I'm going to decide whether I want my image to have a white background or whether I want there to be like a background in there, because it's much easier for me to start with the background and then work forward than it is to create all of the writing and then try and find a background that matches all of that. So it just makes it a little bit easier. So for the sake of today, I'm going to decide that I want a background. So over on the left-hand side, I'm going to go down to where it says background. And it's giving me some options. So obviously it splits it up into a lot of categories, you know, landscape, patterns, gradients. I believe you can just have color. Yeah, so if I click on those colors at the top that come across there, and these will be the most used colors, I'd say, the most recently used colors. You can change over a lot of those of our brand colors that we use, you see, so that's why those have come up. Then you've got your recently used that you may have used in another graphic that you could pick. So we've obviously used these clouds, sort of, I guess, like fire clouds, in a graphic, or there is flowers. So you can use all of those there. You can also scroll through, find one that you like and just simply use that. Or again, you can search backgrounds. So what I'm going to search for up here is I'm going to search for flowers, and it's going to bring a whole heap of options up. Now, depending on what you might want, it really depends on the type of background that you are going to use. So I'm going to say that we're working for a florist today, And I want a background that has some flowers in it. I don't want it to be the center of attention. I want it to be sort of one that I could use that I could possibly put some writing on. So I'm going to go for this blue one here. And I'm just clicking on that and it is automatically putting it into the background. Because it is in the background section, I don't have to drop and drag. I can just simply click on it, but I can also drop and drag. So if I bring that across, sorry, internet's really, it's not going to do it for me now that I'm trying to do it, but you can actually drop and drag it across. But for the sake of the internet not being as fast as I would like, you can just click on those images and it will put them into the background. So I'm going to go with this one today. So that is my background done and dusted. The next thing I need to look at is what other elements, that's what they're called, what other elements do I want to put onto that image? So what wording do I want to put on? Is there something else that I would like to put on there? So we'll start with the word. So I'm going to go down the left-hand side, I'm going to go to text. Now, there is a really cool thing that you can do here with Canva Pro, and I'm sure with the free version, you can set up one of these, and that is a branding kit. So at the very top, you'll notice it says in that left-hand panel, it says Altitude Business Solutions, but it's got a little arrow next to it. So if I click on that arrow, it's going to give me branding options of other clients that we are currently working with at the moment. So if I was to click on Best Injury Lawyers, they're going to come up and it's going to give me their fonts. You'll notice those fonts changed. So you can actually set up in Canva through your settings, excuse me, you can actually set up a branding kit for your business, and it can include the fonts that you would like to use and all of the colors that you would like to use. So, and I'll show you the colors in just a few minutes. So I'm going to flick back to Altitude Business Solutions and I'm going to add a heading in, and it's going to give me that heading in the right font that I use for my business. Now I can move that wording anywhere around the page that I like simply by clicking on the little 4 arrows that you're seeing there to be able to move it. It's a little bit laggy because of the whole Zoom thing. I do apologize. And then I can also change any of these wordings that is on here. There we go. Sorry, it is a bit laggy. There we go. Very laggy. So flowers make you happy is the wording that I'm going to use. Please ignore the little G that you see coming up. I actually have Grammarly attached. This is another good thing about Canva. You can integrate it with so many other programs, and I will show you that in just a few minutes. But I can actually integrate Grammarly. It's you know, to make sure that all my spelling and everything is correct, and it will come up in Canva now. It's really cool. So basically, flowers make you happy is the wording that I want to use, but do I want it in that color? No, I don't. I don't think the black's going very well at all. So again, when I click on the color palette, it's automatically given me the color palette for my Altitude Business Solutions. So if I'm wanting to make it very much about the brand, and you can see as I'm flicking through, a lot of those aren't working because we've got the blue background. So it may very well be that you just need a white writing to make it stand out, or maybe you want to go pink to match in with the flower a little bit more, or a purple. No, the pink. We'll go the pink. We're going to stick with that color. So that's the color that I'm going to go with. And the next thing, I'm just like the size. It's looking a little bit too small for me. It needs to be a lot bigger. So there's a couple of ways I can do it. Firstly, I can use my mouse, which everyone is really familiar in doing. I can grab the corners and I can drag those corners out. If I'm just wanting to make that wording bigger like that, I can do that. But if I don't want the wording to interfere with this flower, so I really don't want it to be any wider than that, I can bring it in and make it smaller. Let's say I don't want it any wider than that. I would change the size of my box, and then I would come up to the top toolbar where it says 30.3. We're just going to start using the plus button. And I'm just going to plus on that until I'm happy with the size that those words are. So flowers make you happy. Now, obviously with the Pro version, you have a lot of features. And one of the really cool features is you can actually put some effects on your wording as well. So if I click on that wording and I go to the effects in the toolbar, it is going to give me some options. And a really cool one that I use all the time is this lift feature. You can see the difference there. If I was to turn that off, see how the wording is getting a little bit lost in the background. And then I click on lift and it puts like a little shadow underneath it. Now you can change the intensity of that shadow. So I could make it a lot, or I could actually go, I don't need much, I just need a little bit just to lift it off the page a little bit. And that just makes a difference with those wordings. So these are all the little tricks that you can do. In your settings of, or setting up of your brand kit, one of the things that you can do is you can load your logos to make it really easy for you to access them. And down the left-hand side, you'll notice the very bottom, if I close this little guy off, close him off, you'll notice that there is a logo. If I click on that logo, it's giving me all the options for the different logos that you have. And if I was to click on one of these, I'm just going to click on the black one for the sake of this example, because it's very easy to see. I can resize that and I can position it wherever you want. And then all of a sudden that is a branded picture. Obviously, I've got lots of different options for my logo. So I've got a white one that I can put in there. And if you have a logo designed, most graphic designers will give you multiple options, okay? A black one, this is the actual color one that doesn't have any, the two-toned color one that doesn't have any. Some people come to me and they say, look, I only have one color. I only have the black. Black is the only color that I have in my logo. So how am I going to make it work? With the Pro version of Canva, you can edit this. So if I was to go to edit image and I was to go to duotones, it's giving me the option of being able to pick lots of different colors for my logo. And you notice it changes that one black logo that I had, changes it over to a different color. So you can make it a different color than what you have there. So there's greens and blues. And so that is one of the options when we have a client that comes to us with just one logo and one color. And we're trying to get that logo to kind of fit in with other things. They've even got our blue color that we kind of have in there as well. So we have worked with a client, the only copy of their logo that they had was a black one. And so this is how we were actually able to get a different color on a lot of their designs for them when they needed it. But again, that's only in the Pro version. It's not in the free version. But yeah, there is lots of different editing options for your photos, logos, and graphics. There's some new ones which you can see just in testing. These have just come out in the last couple of weeks. So face retouch, if you think of, wanting to get rid of all your wrinkles, take a photo of yourself and you upload it, you can take out your wrinkles. Auto enhance, so it really auto enhances the colors for you in those. And then this smart mockups thing is another Canva Pro option as well, where you can get your product or your design into something else. And then there's a whole heap of other features here as well, which you can use. So obviously with the Pro version, you have a lot of freedom to be able to do what you want to do with it. But just with the free version, you get everything very basic, but you get to be able to do, like, you create this image. You can create this image with your logo on it right here and post that to your socials, etc. So another thing that I'll show you is I'm just going to get rid of this wording so I've got some space, and I'll get rid of that logo, and I'm just going to change the background. So I click on that background. I just want to make it a color. So just make it something nice. There we go. We'll make it this blue so it's easy for you guys to look at. So another option that you have is using something called elements. It's the second one down under templates on your very left-hand menu. And elements are a number of things that you can put into a design, like shapes and graphics and etc. So if I was to, I mean, I've got access as a pro user to all the videos as well, so I can add in video, which is something really cool that I'll show you very shortly. How much time have we got? 15 minutes. So with the pro version, you can add in audio, you can add in, which is music, you can add in video to your designs as well. And you can also upload things, upload video and upload, which I'll show you a little bit. So the thing that I used all the time, particularly when I had my free account, was these frames. I know that these are available. It may not be all of them available. These are available in the free version. So you might see a design where somebody actually has a photo of themselves and it's in one of these round circles. So anything that you see with these rolling hills and the nice blue sky and the cloud is an element that you can drag a photo into. So if I was to click on that, I've just clicked on that circle and you can see there's lots of different options. One's a little mock-ups of phones and computers, etc. And if I was to click on that, I can then go to photos and I can drag in any photo into there. So let's say, let's drag in this one here. And straight away, I've dragged that lady into the image. Now you can see that she's slightly off center. Again, if I double click on that, it gives me the option of being able to move her over to the center. So now this is how people create those really cool looking email signatures, which has a round photo of them. They come inside Canva and they do this. You can actually search email signature as one of the designs that you can pick also. So anything that you see with those rolling hills in elements, you can actually put a photo into. So if I grab the computer and go back to photos and drag this lady in, she's going to appear on that computer screen. Another really cool option is being able to upload. So you can upload your own photos. When you upload your own photos, here's one of me and my partner in crime, Nikki Christensen. I'm going to pop us both in there. And it looks like that we are now on that computer. So that's another really cool feature that you can do. But you can also upload with the pro version, you can upload videos as well. And so I have lots of video media in there that I pull into designs. I'm not going to do this for you today because I know that when I'm streaming to Zoom and I pull a video in, it takes ages to load. But you can see I've recorded little videos. With the pro version, you can actually record yourself, which is pretty cool. I don't want to go into too many pro features because I have another webinar all dedicated to pro features, but you can record yourself using Canva and then I could drag that into that computer. And it's just a little bit of a different element that you can see. So the other thing that you can do also is if I was to delete all of this out, and I want to go back and delete that background out. I want to go back to photos and I want to type in desk. So I've just done a search for a desk. This is one that I use all the time. This one here. I've just put that into the background. So it's a computer with a desk on it. And then I go back to my elements and I normally pick a square, but I can't see a square, of course, while I normally pick a rectangle, sorry. I can't see a rectangle while I'm in a hurry trying to look for you guys. So I'm just going to select this one and then I'm going to turn it around. Be interesting to see what happens. I think it's going to put my picture in the wrong way. But there is a rectangular element that you can put in and you can put it into that actual design. I should take the time to look for it. No, that's not it. It's not going to work for me while I'm training live. It's always the way. Anyway, what I was going to say is into this image, you can drag one of those elements in and then you can put your own photo and it looks like that you're talking from the computer. So that's a pretty cool feature as well. The other thing that you can do is you can use these letters. So if I was to just grab a couple of these letters, if my mouse is going to work, this one here, and this one here. So I can drag photos into those. And if I go back to my photos and I search for flowers, flower, I can drag any of these images across, and there we go. Oh, that's not a very good example, Kerrie. Let's do this one. There we go. You can see that better now. So I can drag those flowers across into those letters, so you can get a little bit of a different look as well. Now, if those letters are too big and I want to resize them both at the same time, I can drag my mouse over both of them and select both of them, and then I can resize them so that they are the same size. And that gives you a little bit of a different look as well. So that's another feature that you can use with elements. But anytime you see those rolling hills and the sky and everything, that is where it's an element that you can drag, excuse me, drag a photo into. So that is, yeah, essentially how you use Canva Pro, the free version. So the free version of Canva. So did you guys have any questions? I didn't have any questions come through today. And normally I have a few questions at this stage, but if you do, it's not too late for you to pop them into the chat for me. I am just going to flick you over to another screen now. Give me 2 seconds. So I just want to touch on, that we have covered everything. So we did talk about what is engaging content, why you need it, what is Canva, using templates, and designing your own. So I have touched on all those points. I like to just go and check on that. Diane's asking, how do you upload your own photos into Canva? Very easily. I'll just quickly share a different screen with you now. Sorry, I did mean to show you guys that when I was in there. Bear with me while my mouse is not doing what I need it to do. Let me just open this. Bring my Canvas screen back up here. You guys should be able to see my Canvas screen now. Sorry, I closed it down by accident. So yes, so loading photos into Canva is really easy. If you just go to create a design, when you're creating your design, I'm going to click an Instagram post. And then from here, as it's loading, over to the side, over to the left-hand side, the third option down is uploads. If I click on that uploads button, it's going to take you to everything that I have uploaded. And you'll notice at the very top, it says upload media. So you just click on upload media, and then it comes up saying, where do you want to get it from? So, it's gone straight to my downloads folder, but wherever you saved that image on your computer, and you can upload it from there. And then you just select upload, and it will upload those images, just like you can see all of these ones over to the side here that I've uploaded of events that we've had and things that we've done, clients that I've worked with. You can upload all of those. And if you have the Canva Pro version, you can actually save those images into folders, which is really cool idea as well. So yeah, look, Canva is an amazing tool. And what I've touched on today is literally just the tiny little bit of what this program can do. And when I think back to when I had a cafe back in 2007, and I used to pay someone to do my graphic design. And I think about the amount of money that I spent every quarter. Every quarter I would have a new menu. Every quarter I would have a new advertising. Every quarter there'd be new graphic design to do. And I was really giving that person a job essentially, yes, but it was costing me a lot of money. And to think that I can now do that exact same thing for $17.99 a month is just crazy. I just, yeah, the amount of options, it's really going, a lot of those other graphic design programs that are out there are really going to be picking their act up in terms of what they're offering because of what Canva is currently bringing to the table. So yeah, it really is a fabulous tool, and one that I highly recommend. So yeah, so I just want to get back to hopefully you're seeing my presentation there now. So as you go through, I just want to make sure that I've touched on everything, and I have, so that's great. But I also wanted to remind you that we have another workshop coming up on Tuesday, the 7th of December. This is a really popular one. It does have a lot of people in it already, and it is creating your 2022 social media strategy. So if you are a business that advertises on social media and you've heard that you need to have a social media strategy, but you have no idea what that means, come and spend 2 hours with me and we will go through it step by step. So you can then walk away and create your own strategy for your own business. So that's next Tuesday, the 7th of December. If you want to head to the Business Station website or Eventbrite to find that. And don't forget, if you have come through this program through the Digital Solutions program, there's options for people in Western Australia, Northern Territory or Queensland, where you can have up to 7 hours of mentorship for just $44. Through the Digital Solutions program. So I'm sure you'll be emailed details about that, but you can also head to businessstation.com.au to find out all the information. So guys, thank you very much for joining me today. Hopefully that's given you a really great insight into Canva and what you can do with Canva. And you know, the Canva Pro version obviously gives you a lot of features. But yes, that's right, Julie, it's time to get busy. Good point. Time to get busy on Canva. You can get lost in it for hours, absolutely. But get in there with the free version, give it a go. Set up some templates for your business is what I really recommend, so that you don't have to keep going in all the time and creating stuff. You can create some templates for yourself. And you can use that. And if you want more advice on how to use Canva Pro, if that's what you're looking at going towards, then we do have another workshop on that in the first week of the new year, which is Canva Pro Do It All. So please don't be afraid to come along to that. I'd love to see you there. Obviously, these free workshops and webinars are brought to you by the Digital Solutions program, and we're very proud to be a part of it. So guys, go forth and design with Canva, and thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again soon.